our qualifying speed wasn't too bad. Our race consistency wasn't quick enough, and obviously our pit stops need to be better. The more those two blokes can push each other, it's better for the team, and it'll just work out better for us. Win the championship, obviously, and try and win the endurance races.
Welcome back to V8 Extra, and we're showing you the class of 2011. I'm now outside the new Mother Energy Ford team, which is split off from Dick Johnson Racing, and driving for these guys again in 2011 is the bloke who did an outstanding job in Sydney at the back end of last year in December, and young Jonathan Webb did a great job. Now, a little bit of news personally for him as well, because he married his girlfriend Kobe, who's standing in the background there, over the January period, so congratulations, and Jonathan's about to go for a blast. Alongside, we've got from Triple F Racing, Dean Fiore, and of course these guys did a great job on a couple of occasions last year. Support from Triple 8 Race Engineering. It's the same Triple 8 Falcon that they had last year. He made the shootout at Queensland Raceway in 2010, and on occasion young Dean has shown some fantastic form. Here we are. Now this is a bit of a change for the new season, so Tony D'Alberto here in the Holden. Wilson Security Racing on this car now for 2011, new backing, and there's also going to be a Fujitsu car for David Wall in 2011 as well. Now, Adam DeBore has been involved with Paul Morris Motorsport and Greg Murphy in the recent past, and he's going to be doing some engineering for these guys as well. Now, alongside Gulf Western Oil and Lucas Dumbrell Racing, we know that Warren Luff was involved in this team last year for the last 3 races. He did an outstanding job and a big job helping James Courtney in the endurance races, which helped James to that championship last year. So he got a bit of a run and jump going into the new season. He stays with a new livery on that car and some new engineering in the background there as well. Familiar colours down here at Kelly Racing for Jack Daniels Racing and Todd Kelly. Amazing, you know, Todd's been in the series for 12 years now. He's got a new engineer for 2011, Brendan Hogan. Only 18th in the championship last year. The 2005 Bathurst winner is determined to turn his season around. Alongside will be his brother in car number 15, Rick Kelly. This is a brand spanking new car for these guys. Beautiful example of V8 supercar race engineering. Dave Swenson is the engineer there. Remember that outstanding pole position at Winton in 2010. A great moment for Rick and a great moment for the team, and about to turn first kilometres in that all-new car. It's his 10th full-time season in V8 supercar racing. Now, here's an all-new look for the new season. I was out here at Eastern Creek in December in a production car race. My little Kiwi mate there thought that he was out of the V8 supercar business, Greg Murphy, but he is not. He's back. He's in the Pepsi Max crew. This is an all-new look, an all-new sponsor, an all-new car, an all-new act for 2011. Quick word in the window. Nice to have you back. We thought you were a goner.
Hello, Mr. Crompton.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
When we were talking here, third week of December last year, things were looking grim. You turned it around.
Well, I didn't turn it around. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, but couldn't be happier, mate. This is fantastic.
We're going to have a chat to you later in the program. Look forward to it. Enjoy your launch and test day today. So Greg Murphy driving for the Pepsi Max crew in 2011. So there you go, a little bit of an update. Larko, what have you got for me?
Okay, next cab off the rank, Davey Reynolds. He's out of the Kelly Brothers racing team now in the Stratco racing car. Davey, I'm a bit of a fan of Davey, I've got to say. Ripper job. But, well, you got turfed out of that TWR team, sorry. When I reckon you're hitting your straps in 09, you're back, mate. You must be thrilled about the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm really pleased to get the opportunity back in the main series again, you know. I think that's where I belong, and it's where I can sort of improve on my ability and try and get better and further up the field.
All right, folks, check that face. Another one like Tim Slade. Good young bloke to watch out for. Good luck. Okay, let's keep rocking along. Now, the red cars. Now, we've heard so much about it. James Courtney car 1. There's our champion, the bright red one. Garth Hander, car 2. Now, I can see Garth up the back here. We might just try and grab a word. Hey, GT. Hi, mate. Where's Courtney? Just push Courtney out of frame. We've heard so much about it. I'm over him. Plus, he's a fair bit.
Yeah. Have you read? We hate each other.
Yeah, exactly right. No, I mean, everyone's talking about it. But how are you doing? I mean, you're just going to press on and do the job, I guess, mate. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to the year and try and win a few races and make sure we're up the front of the championship. And it's great having James as part of the team. And certainly we need to improve on what we had in 2010. I think we will.
Yeah, well, I think you will, mate, because having 2 good guys in now pushing hard, I reckon it's a positive. The only thing I'd say, mate, I believe there's a baby due mid-year. I know when I had my first child, I lost about 2.5 tenths a lap, and my brake markers blew out 10 metres, so watch out.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Cheers.
Okay, let's keep rocking along. Look at these cars, beautifully presented cars, and this is a test day. and you would mistake this, I can tell you, for a race meeting, because these guys, they've got their full teams here. The transporters are lined up along the back there. Okay, have a look at this car. This is Fabian Coulthard's car 61. Now, this is also run out of the Walkinshaw stable, TWR team. This is the Bundaberg car. Absolutely beautiful car. Now, that's a different car to what Coulthard was driving last year, and I know that he'll be expecting better stuff this year. Now, into Brad Jones Racing. You can see here, car 21, Carl Reiner, the Fair Dinkum Sheds car. The other two cars out of this stable, this one here, car 14. Now, this has got Jason Bargwanna's name. He's going to fill in that car until we see Jason Richards better again and back in the wheel. G'day, Jace. Best wishes to you, mate. Jace Bargs. Now, Bargs actually driven for me. He's a ripper young bloke. He's got some real mettle, and I tell you, he'll grab this opportunity with both hands. Now, the car that should be right here, Jason Bright's car, which last year, you remember, was the Trading Post car. That sponsor is now gone to FPR. So this car now is the BOC car. So watch out for Jason Bright in that car, because I tell you what, he's going to be another one of those 6 or 7 guys capable of winning a race.
Thanks very much, Larko, and thanks for your help with the pit lane tour there as we try to bring everybody up to speed with new drivers, new colours, new cars, a new look for 2011. We will take a break on V8 Extra. When we come back, we sit down and have a chat with the bloke who is heading up the Pepsi Max crew for 2011.
Oh, we just need to keep our head down and do a good, solid job. We've got expectations that we'd like to keep internal at the moment, but with Shane, we really want to, I suppose, let the kid out of the bag and say we're definitely looking for a top 3 this year in the championship, and the other guys in top 12. But we've got specific objectives for them, so we'll see if that comes true. In this business, you know, every one of them, but mate, they all pull their shorts on one leg at a time. So I'm sure that we can mix it with them. We have before and we will again.
Yeah, as everyone knows, Jason's not very well, Jason Richards, and so we've got Jason Bargwanna joining the team, and he's really stepping up to the plate. I think of all the people we could have picked in the off-season, he's got good car speed, he's a race winner, and I think he'll fit in with the team well. Reliability will be our biggest weakness, and so we've worked just hard on the little detail. You know, we haven't won a race in V8 Supercar racing. We got a few seconds, but we haven't got to that final spot on the podium. I thought we were going at Homebush, actually. So I think this year we're as well positioned as we've ever been to win races, and that is definitely our target. We've sat down and talked about a lot about where we're going and what we hope to achieve, and race wins are definitely on that list.
Welcome back to V8 Extra. Behold our circus in the V8 Supercar Championship for 2011. This is just some of the equipment that takes our cars and our stars all around this fantastic nation and overseas every year. Millions of dollars worth of gear. On the subject of millions of dollars, let's go to Mark Larkham, who earns that kind of dough. He's caught up with Greg Murphy, one of the big stories over the summer season.
Greg Murphy, I can't believe at the end of 2010 you didn't have a drive. I mean, was that the case?
I mean, at the Sydney 500, there was nothing on the horizon. Absolutely, I was a long way down the track sorting endurance drives for 2011.
Is that right? So you went back to New Zealand over Christmas?
No, we'd pretty much I'd had the okay from Rick that it was all going ahead just before.
I have to put you on the spot, Asha. How long's the deal initially?
Private.
So industry speak for folks at home, that means 1-year deal with an option. The 4-car team, those guys have bitten off a big one. I mean, you think they're up to the task?
Oh, listen, I think it's going to take a little bit more time. I mean, I've obviously been and seen their workshop previously, and, you know, it's an impressive facility, but they've got huge plans as well, as we all know, and there's some big expansions going on. And the thing about those guys is they know what they want to achieve. They know that things aren't 100% the way they are at the moment. They know last year was probably they didn't punch where they believed they should have, and there's a lot of work to do. I think that's probably a lot to do with what they've set up for 2011 and moving forward. And you know, there's a lot of parts to play in that. There's obviously budgets have got a big part to play. Obviously, I want to try and help them achieve their goals, and we as a 4-car team want to have 4 4 cars as close to the front as possible, and they know that they need to do that to get the respect for what they're trying to achieve too. So at the moment, I don't know, really, I'm not pointing fingers. The car today that I've driven feels pretty good. There's a few things in the areas that we're focusing on today to try and improve, because they've already told me where they think it's lacking, and I think that's probably true.
Now, to complete the circle, there's a little bit of history here because you drove with Kelly's. Kelly's owned the Kmart team back in 01-ish.
03, 04.
Yep. So it does sort of complete the circle that you're back there.
A lot of history. You know, it was 2 years with Todd in 01, 02 with the Kmart, and then with Rick in 03, 04 when Margaret and John, took over ownership of that operation. So, long history, and we've been mates for a very long time.
So I know everyone asked the question, mate. You've been around long enough. Realistic goals. I mean, what's achievable this year?
That question gets harder and harder every year, as you know, and I don't know what other guys tell you when they say that. If they say, "Oh, mate, I'm out for winning the thing" and all this kind of stuff, it's incredibly tough. And I've had a couple of real lean ones and lately, and I thought last year I had a lot of confidence leading into last year, and we didn't achieve hardly anything. This year, I feel very at home and very comfortable and quite relaxed, and I don't think my workload this year is going to be as high. So, listen, mate. I would love to be consistently inside the top 10, and I think that's probably, the limit at this stage.
Now, I recall a meat pie last year, a Murph meat pie. I see a T-shirt, a Murph meat pie and a Pepsi Max.
Yeah,
hey, mate, there's a bit of Aussie in you yet.
You're ahead of the game, like I tell you, mate.
All right, thanks, bud, mate. Awesome. And seriously, mate, I hope you have a good year. So I'd like to see the Kelly brothers do well, and you as well.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Mark Larkham there with Greg Murphy. Great to have Greg back in the series for 2011. Now to another Kiwi who I'm very pleased to say that I've bumped into here in the Brad Jones Racing Transporter at Eastern Creek at our launch day. It is my great pleasure to welcome to V8 Extra again my great friend Jason Richards. Jace, it is terrific to have you back here at this event. I didn't expect it. When I last saw you, I was doing a pit walk in Tasmania, and after that obviously came the news that you're unwell. Just give us the snapshot of your world at the moment.
Well, it's just changed dramatically. I had to put my life on hold 2 days after that, Neil. I was just feeling very tired and lethargic, and saw the V8 Supercar doctor, Dr. Carl Lee, and diagnosed me unfortunately with adrenal cortical carcinoma, which is cancer of the adrenal gland. And so at the moment, 2 days ago, I was finished off my first cycle of chemotherapy. I'm standing up amazingly well with that. It's in fact improved my golf game. I'm very mentally driven by this, and I want to get out and active and keep myself going. So after every cycle of chemo, and I've had 4 cycles, 4 days of it, I've had a game of golf.
I have to say that not expecting to see you here and bumping you just a moment ago, you look fantastic, and you've been through terrible trauma, major operation, an enormous mental scare. I'd love to spend an awful long time talking to you about this, but tell us how you coped, what's coming next, and I've heard a rumour today that you might end up in a race car.
Well, that's why I'm in the transporter. I'm about to get changed, so we want to keep this interview short so I can get out of my race car. But
my director will be happy about that.
Look, to be honest, it's been a roller coaster. This is terrible, and everybody who's been touched by cancer or had anything to do with it will fully understand. Obviously everybody's telling you to be positive, and it's very hard to be positive 100% of the time. So I think you just got to run with your emotions, and I guess one of the things I feel I'm equipped to deal with this, and the fact that racing has given me the psychological support I guess I've needed over the years to be able to fight this and work out what to focus on, what not to focus on. And ultimately, I've never been worried about dying in the race car, and you've seen my antics over the years. I'm prepared to take my life to the line on the race car, and effectively I'm treating cancer the same. I'm hammering my chemo as hard as I can. I'm upping the dosage as much as I can with the doctors, and encouraging them to give me as much aggressive treatment as we can, so I can kick this thing in the butt and move on.
It's a competitive world that we all live in, but this is a giant family of competitors and fans, a huge family, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people. What's the response been like to you since this news?